Hey guys, it's Ozzy here. I wanted to show you a cool way of making gold in New World, and that would involve taking advantage of the fragments that most people just don't pay attention to. If you level up to 65, you should get a bunch of these fragments, and these are fine to use on the research nodes. Like if you were to convert these for the cases wouldn't give you much value from these, but if you have the purple ones, then you could exchange these for orichalcum ingots, or you could exchange these for ironwood, which goes for around 20 gold each, so that would be around, you'll get at least 60 gold, which would get you much more value than if you were get XP from the research node, because you can get that 70 gold, let's say, from the let's say orichalcum, and you exchange the 70 gold for different type of materials that you can use those materials to craft a different item that would get you much more XP. So Arcana is a little bit strange because you can craft just a bunch of potions, and sometimes you can actually get more profit from crafting than if you were to spend for the materials on it. So I'm going to use engineering as an example. The nodes I was referring to were these nodes. You can exchange one fragment for these nodes, or you can exchange 10 of these fragments, which there will be a lot of these fragments because players are doing daily chest runs, so they will be putting a lot of legendary gear on the market, or they will just be salvaging the gear and putting the fragments on the market as well. And these are the only type that you can buy from the market. But if you look at the description, you can see that's why you can use tools like New World Database, which shows you information about every item in the game. And if you search for engineering scraps, which I already searched for, and you go down and see which recipes it's used for, you can see you can exchange one of them for engineering node, and the reward for using this node would give you 15,000 XP. Also, if we look at this node, which most people will be using to level up the crafting, this will give them 58,500 XP for 10 fragments. Now, this is another great website. If you go to put a link in the description. If you go to here and you search for any type of fragment that you wanna see the price of, or any item you wanna see price of, for example, this time we wanna see whether it's actually worth using these fragments or exchanging them for different material. You would see fresh start servers. The price is around 25 gold. It's usually not the same as here, but it's good to use it to look for the prices instead of going to the trade post every time. And if you were to level up the crafting, you can also use the site to see a leveling guide for any of the crafting, and will show you the most efficient way to which item you should craft. That's using the cheapest resources available on the trade post to craft these items and get you the most XP out of them. Just be aware, because sometimes it's using materials like ebonwood that there's just simply not that many of, and it's never gonna be using this price to craft it. So for example, if you look at an item like orichalcum blunderbuss, there's a lot of cinnabar usually on the server, there's a lot of wood, there's a lot of shadow fur that people are usually selling. So this is kind of a pretty good item that you could use to level up the trade skill. And if you go down to the statistics and the calculator, you can see how much each ingredients cost to get this item. And if you look how much XP you're gaining, you're getting 16,000. So how much did we get from 58,000? So we would need around 4 items, maybe 3.5 items. So it would probably be like 250, 260 gold. So in the engineering case you wouldn't really make much gold because you would only craft 5 cases. You can only craft runic leather is probably the best you can craft. The best is phoenix weave in my server. And you would craft 5 of these. Each bottle is 50 Azov. Each bottle, let's say, is 3 gold. So 15 gold for 1 craft. 15 plus 40, 55. Each leather is... You could probably sell it for 65. So plus crafting tax. So you're not really getting much. But if you look at Phoenix Weave and you look at Arcane Fragments, each fragment is 20 gold, and Azov would still be, well, 15 gold. So we have 20 gold, 15, 25, 35. If you have discounts, you probably have spent like 30 at most. So for 30 gold, you can sell these for 75. And make sure not to forget how many fragments you have to use for each case. For example, with armor you have to use 3 fragments, and also if you look at jewelry you can only craft osmodium. These are actually selling quite a lot on my server, and the reason that is because there's a lot of... You get the schematics from the new raid, and people are crafting the best gear in the game, which is this one. So the crafters are making hundreds of these, and these need, as you can see, primary thing is needed prismatic cloth. So they're gonna be getting the phoenix weave to make prismatic cloths. Just make sure not to use the phoenix weave to craft prismatic cloth unless you're leveling up your trade skill, because you're not actually getting any profit from it. If you look at the resources that you need for it is phoenix weave, which is 70, plus each spin weave cloth is 25, so that's 250, 320, this is worth nothing, so 320, this is worth around 350. You do gain something if you wanna use your daily cooldown, but I would probably recommend just selling these, but you can... For some of these is actually not worth crafting, so just make sure to check the prices. But these are always gonna be required by the guys who are crafting the armors, or these guys will always be getting these to make more of these. And the reason the price isn't as high of these because a lot of people getting these from the battle pass rewards. Make sure to craft these where you have a territory standing discount, because you're gonna be crafting a lot of these, so this is quickly gonna add up. So that's about it. I mean, if you enjoy something boring that gives you a lot of gold, then that's probably something that you could do. I mean, you could craft around 40 cases per minute, and each case should give you around 20 gold, so 800 gold per minute is pretty good, man. I mean, yes, you can see you have to salvage the Azov and make sure that you can click it very quickly. Make sure not to craft too many and put too many of them on the market, because that's gonna lower the prices on the market and it's gonna make the demand for the fragments higher, which is overall gonna lower the profitability of this method. And just, you know, the proof for the nerds out there who maybe don't believe me or something, the doubters. See, there's almost no Phoenix Weave on my market. There's 79 gold for the lowest one. I'm gonna slightly undercut it. Make sure you put 69, right? Because it seems to get people to buy it every single time when you put the 69. The running leather is 99. I mean, that was like 2 weeks ago, this clip. It's around 60 now. It depends on multiple factors, you just need to pay attention. So I'm gonna put 2 orders, not gonna put too much into one to make it seem like I flipped everything. Can also do is you can go to the armor, you can filter gear by 600 because that's the minimum for legendary, and you can just filter any legendary gear that's here, and there's no anymore. It used to be a lot, but somebody make a video, but you can see I can salvage this, for example, and I can get armor fragments from it. So you can also abuse this if you want to. I mean, I don't know why people putting them up for 10 gold when they're worth so much more. It all depends whether someone is leveling up a trade skill. Like here, for example, I paid 9 gold per each instead of 20. Like right now it's around 25 gold each, but you should be able to put buy orders and get a lot of them for very low price, which you can then exchange. So you just have to be patient, like sometimes you won't sell any runic leather, or sometimes you sell the osmodium, and it all depends whether someone is doing a lot of crafting. I appreciate anyone who watched until now. I'm actually kinda surprised that because the fragments been in the game for so long and the prices are still kinda messed up, so I hope that I've helped anybody out, and I thank everyone who watched until now. Thank you.